Let's fucking go. We about to go big. Kill him with the PrizePicks. Let's fucking go. About to go big. Kill him with the PrizePicks. About to go big. Kill him with the PrizePicks. 24/7 researching, it's all a fantasy. But if I make the right plays, it pays automatically. Bankroll showing that I know it, dope strategy. On a winning streak, I'm stacking a dose of the bookies, all get mad at me. Confident with how it plays, not clicking on a flex today. All I see is green and we all about to get paid. Eric and Josh on the stream, they be killing it. Never gonna stop it, I like if you feeling it. Picking the players, they all never touch. You can't make up your mind and just go with your gut. Looked around, we found a glitch. No toast allowed, just post a list. Sophia's fine, sat to his stick, and Caitlin Clark just doesn't miss. Win, lose, or draw, we never quit. When we shoot the ball, it's another switch. Submit the link, it'll make you rich, and we going big. Don't be a bitch. Let's fucking go. We about to go big. Kill him with the PrizePicks. Let's fucking go. About to go big. Kill him with the PrizePicks. About to go big. Kill him with the PrizePicks. We about to go big. We about to go big. About to go big. Kill him with the PrizePicks. About to go big. Kill him with the PrizePicks.
We are live. What's going on, Big E? The man, the myth, the legend, the GOAT.
Yo. Welcome back to Just Cash. Coming at you on a nice light Wednesday. 2-game WNBA slate. And as always, joined by Underrated. What's good, man? How you feeling?
Hi. I'm doing great. Got great sleep 2 days in a row. I can't complain about anything. We got some fun games today, and we've been winning money. What else could be better? Hi, E.
Yeah. Yo. Yeah, it's been a good time, man. Talk about yesterday, recap that a little bit. But before we hop into it, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button down below. That way you don't miss out whenever we do go live and our late night videos sometimes. We'll be getting more of those here this next month, that's for sure, with basketball season. And then down below, further on beyond that, it's links to the Discord. You want to make sure you're in there. That's where all the early leans, early access, and yeah, I mean, they went crazy with the bumps today, so you definitely want to make sure you're in there for that 7-day free trial. All right, man, you ready to hop into it?
Let's do it.
Okay, so today we have rematch again, Game 2, Indiana at Connecticut, and then Phoenix at Minnesota. I mean, honestly, I would say I'm just going to go right back to the two home teams here. You know, Indiana looked pretty good in the first half. They were hanging around, playing really solid, both sides of the ball. And then Connecticut at home, you know, just always a strong finishing team. Phoenix looked absolutely terrible. Both Griner and Copper really struggled in the first half. And honestly, Griner struggled the whole game, but Copper turned it up a little bit in the second half. I think that back issue is still kind of bothering her a little bit, but Minnesota, I mean, full lock and load team. They look like they're ready to move on to the next round. The only reason I'll say I have a little bit of hesitation for taking both of the home teams here is currently, I mean, the other two games already swept, so we don't have a Game 3 going anywhere. If I know the betting gods, they always want a Game 3 for at least one of these, so there's a small part of me that even thinks that maybe Indiana could pull out the steal here for a Game 3, but you know, at least that barring aside, I gotta go with the two home teams here. So we'll keep it pretty straightforward for that one. I think we could also consider even like an alternate total or alternate game total under here for this Indiana Connecticut game. Let's see, what's the highest we can get? Yeah, 174. Yeah, that looks like a good under. Two kind of middle of the pack. I mean, Connecticut's the slowest team in the league, one of the best defenses. Indiana's one of the best interior defenses. So you got two pretty solid teams, kind of a really slow pace, to be honest. So I don't mind this 174 for minus 315. All right, keeping it pretty straightforward with that. PrizePicks I'm still having issues with, so I'm not going to bring that up. We got most of that stuff posted already in the Discord. So if you guys have any questions about that, make sure to shout them out and we'll get to them. Let's see. Underdog was giving out, of course. God, you're so amazing, Underdog. I love you. They just give out free stuff all the time.
Every day.
I got today. I had a 17%, which is kind of a super random number, but 17 and a 22% max profit boost. It's $25, or at least mine were 25 each. But still, I'll take them. That's not bad. All right. News and notes. We have. Let's see. Ty Harris. Is game time decision. She exited this last game with an ankle injury. I believe it's an ankle. Yeah, ankle injury. Mabry got the nod over her. So if she is out, we already have confirmation that Mabry will get the start. Oh, they did rule Tiffany Mitchell out. Okay, that's interesting. Huh. She was actually in line to come back, and then now she's just out with an illness. So, okay. Well, keep an eye out for that. If Ty Harris is out, it basically just leaves Burton as a backup, and that means they're going to run Carrington and Mabry for all the minutes they can handle. And that's going to be interesting. Mabry absolutely lit it up this last game. She dropped, 27 or 30 points or something like that. So she's in a good spot here. It'll be interesting to see her play with the starters. Yeah, she had 27 points. That's crazy. 5 of 12. That's a good number. And then the other game, no real injuries. So, okay. Let's talk about a few props here. Today, last night, or when we first posted these, Caitlin's double-double. We got that secured at really good value. Most of her lines are pretty chopped down, to be honest. This is like the lowest we've seen her in a long time. I'll say the only two props that really didn't get adjusted by a lot as far as like payouts is I think the first half PRA 16.5 is very difficult for her. She hasn't hit that at all this season so far against Connecticut. And this last game, they actually held her to 3 points in the first half, so that was pretty impressive. And that was with their defensive switch-off. They moved Carrington over to cover Kelsey Mitchell, and Dwana Bonner ended up covering Caitlin Clark. So I think they open with that set again, but if Caitlin does get hot, we will see them switch back to that. And speaking of Bonner, actually, she was our gem this last game. Absolutely destroyed that 26 fantasy. But if you see, they actually bumped that up quite a bit. She moved all the way up to 29.5. But one thing that I still had a lot of interest in was just her PRA. This was, I believe, only 22 or 22.5 this last game anyway, so they didn't really put any kind of love or, juice on this over. Don't mind it. She's going to play all the minutes she can handle.
How many did she play last game? 30? I'm seeing 30.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, but she had a really solid first half run, so I like to see that. And for her, being able to rack up the RA too, that was really nice to see. And today, so I'm just going to assume Ty Harris is going to be out. Let me bring up their socials real fast.
I'm pretty sure she's out. No? Was she just questionable?
She's questionable, but she did not return to that last game. So it was a pretty serious ankle turn at the time.
I thought I saw something. They said Mabry's starting, no?
If she's out.
If she's out, gotcha.
Yeah. So we are waiting on that, but even if she does play, she could be somewhat limited anyways and still live for another injury. So I'm just gonna go on a limb and say she's probably out for this game, and they could get it done, close this series out, and get some extra rest for Sunday, and that would leave her time to come back. But if she's out and Tiff Mitchell is out, that's just basically going to solidify Bonner to play a ton of minutes. I'm expecting about 35 minutes for her here, so her, Carrington, Mabry, and really AT as well. They should play all the minutes they can handle this game.
So what happened to Brianna Jones?
It is just a tough matchup for her. Indiana's elite inside the paint. Both of these teams are one of the best interior defenses. So all season, really struggled. She has not scored. Real points has not been there. The turnovers were significant this last game too, which is weird. Indiana doesn't cause any. They're last in the league. So just very difficult scoring. And she looked like shit, dude. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, she looked so bad. The open looks were very minimal, and then they just stopped going to her. The second half, they did not go to her at all whatsoever, and we could see that here with the minutes too. So she did lose out a little bit to Nelson Adodo off the bench, which I think was a really good coaching choice. Like, if Brianna's not cooking, please get her out of this game. So another consideration for an under today. They took that one down.
That's what I was getting at, though. Didn't you post Brianna Jones under? That was on Shit Picks.
Yeah, PrizePicks had her a little bit better. It was 20.5, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a little bit better value over there today. But yeah, I mean, she just really struggles in this matchup. Between Boston and I'm hoping Nalissa Smith does not start this game because that's going to make that interior defense even more tough. But yeah, she just she can't throw her weight around like she's been doing in a lot of these most recent matchups. So now that Boston, who is a bruiser style center, she's able to hang with her. So she's not getting those open looks and free layups. And one thing that Brianna Jones really thrived off of was offensive putbacks. So she's not getting that. She's not getting free throws, and it's just been a really meager outing for her. So I think another consideration for an under.
Yeah, I like that. What about Nalissa? Was that who you're looking for?
Yeah, they bumped her a couple times. Shout out to you guys who were riding with us. Yeah, man. So we talked about her the other day. Her PR was at 14, and now her PRA is at 14. So that's pretty wild. If anything for her, if you really want to ride the Lightning, I would say sweat out this first half under 7.5. I get the feeling, honestly, she might not even start this game. Something in my gut's telling me she's going to come off the bench, but she only played 8 minutes this last game. And, I mean, they're clearly going to be departing with her this next offseason. So she's gone from the team essentially already. And, yeah, she looked super checked out this last game. And plus, we get the whole lovers narrative between her and Carrington. So she's just always played weird against Connecticut. Like, it's so strange.
Are people angry about that love connection?
I don't know. I just embrace it.
I feel like people are mad about it. Like, we have somebody in our Discord named Big Dejanay. I'm sure he's angry when he sees Nalissa with her because he's like, "What? I am Big Dejanay, not Nalissa. What's going on?" Like, I would be mad if I was him. So that's an interesting little combo. And I wanted to say too, bro, what do you think about the idea of Caitlin Clark just being out of the WNBA until next year today if they lose? That's huge. That's huge.
Yeah. It's
for your money,
a bummer
for WNBA's money.
Yeah, for sure. That is going to be a bummer. For sure. But I think it's going to be interesting. She had a phenomenal rookie season. So we just looking for her to continue it this next season. Oh, dude, here real fast since my PrizePicks isn't working. Did Mabry really bump to 7.5 3-point attempts?
I will take a peek, sir. WNBA shit picks, the worst fucking app in the world. 3-point attempts, 7.5, sir. That's what I see.
Ooh, doggy, we got some good value. Look at that, a whole point bumped here. I'm telling you guys, I can't stress that enough. Discord, get in there for the early leans. That's a full point bump. That is crazy.
Her hair's not even messed up in that picture on PrizePicks. Damn lie.
I know.
So, taking picture day.
Here, let's see a couple other plays I know that we got bumped. Just off of the screen there. Here, let me click on it. Kayla McBride, we did get her at 23.5. She bumped up to 24.5 already, I believe. So, really nice value there. Let's see, you had
the
that's
under double.
Yep. And really sharp call. Underrated. Shout out to you, Ms. Bridget.
Hey. You woke up with a play. You woke up and you were like, I kind of like that actually.
I did. It got pulled and she's at 16.5 now, so we got really good value there.
Get off me.
I know y'all better back up. Might know something. Yesterday for the Discord, we did hit half of our taco pair. We had the combo, which was ultra free. Oh, and speaking of assists, yesterday we had Skylar and Chelsea Gray for their double-double bonus. Chelsea ended with 9, which kind of stunk, but Skylar was the main one that I was on. So shout out to you guys if you got that 3.63 in. That was a very nice double-double.
What was the one the day before you almost got though? There was another one that was even crazier. It was like a 6-point something. It was the first playoff game. I forget what it was now. It was on.
I don't remember.
It was amazing. You were like, yeah, long shot here, and then you went on to something else, and then we were watching the game. You're like, oh, I mentioned it on stream. There it was.
We actually kind of hit on this the other day, but Kelsey Mitchell, PrizePicks took actually the longest to bump her up, which is kind of interesting, but she is 13.5 now, so if you guys got that early value in, that was really solid. Yeah, yesterday, we had a pretty solid day overall. A couple bad beats, with Kelsey Plum having like a season high rebounding game. That was her first rebound game that she cleared, 1 out of 6 against Seattle. So a bit of a stinker there. And then Sabrina almost had a double-double with assists. So pretty impressive, I will say. Atlanta did come out fighting, but she burned us on that. And then also Plum, damn you, with the rival, killed our Gabby rival. That was looking so good.
Yeah, Plum fucked us. She fucked us.
She did. She got us right in the fruit there. But if you tailed most of the other plays, we had a really high hit rating with everything else. So everything else we talked about in stream came through. And oh man, Jackie rebounds. That was like the freest thing ever.
That was a good one. What does right in the fruit mean though?
The plum. Hey. Yeah.
You're crazy, dude. What are you smoking?
I got some juicy peach. Oh, more fruit. Look at that. It's
See?
not a plum, but it's a peach.
I see you trying to hide it that you were smoking here on the stream.
I know. Sorry, guys. I temporarily picked up another bad habit here, but I stopped smoking and vaping for a long time, so I just had the itch the other day.
Did you notice what it said along the bottom of the screen as it scrolls? You didn't look, did you? Don't look. Just don't
look.
look.
It answer just in trivia?
No, it's worse.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
So AT, they did bump her up. She was at 29.5 PRA. I'm probably good on her today, to be honest. If anything, the RA I think is still live, and then the first half PRA at I think she was at 15, but the 15.5 still not bad either. One of those two, or if you want to just throw it for the double-double, I don't think that's bad either. But one thing they're going to make adjustments to, I'm for sure Indiana will make adjustments inside the interior defense. So her numbers might not be quite as juicy if that scoring's not going to be the same. I mean, she did have a nice scoring outing. For her, 12 points is pretty good. So maybe she hits around 8 points this game. I wouldn't be surprised. But I think the RA is definitely live. I mean, she's live to play all 40 minutes. So you really can't go wrong with that. And then the rest of the team, if you want to take Melissa Smith unders, I get it. She's going to play hopefully no minutes, but if she plays normal minutes, we're probably cooked. Let's see what else. Kelsey Mitchell's pretty damn high for everything, I'll be honest. Maybe go back to the PR or the PRA, but they just pulled that, so let's see what they did. Underdog has been bumping more stuff today than I've ever seen.
Linnell Turner says, thoughts on Bridget Carlton over PRA? You just said it at the very bottom, so I figured I'd throw it out there. But yeah, we just talked about it. And E loves it.
Yeah, I think that was a really sharp call. Between the PRA, I mean, it was bumped up by 1. I think the fantasy is definitely still live for her as well. Or the first half PRA, if you have Underdog, they have not bumped that at all, which is kind of surprising since they did the full game. But the first half, I mean, she's been getting this 7.5 for a minute now, so I don't mind that. We just need 2 buckets from her in the first half, and she's been clearing that. But either or makes sense. I mean, she just plays a lot of minutes, That was the biggest interest for her. And I think also the biggest disinterest for Alana Smith. She's just not playing any minutes. She's playing well. I don't even know what to say there, but 23, 21 minutes. Well, obviously that one game was a tank or a rest game, but still this last game, 21 minutes, that's pretty weird. Because Griner definitely played a little bit more than that, and I don't know why they didn't keep her out there, but she's still losing out minutes to Hines Allen off the bench, so that could be continuously a thing. And I think today, if you wanted to take her PRA under, it's an interesting look. If she's going to play 20 minutes again, that's not bad. Oh, sorry, skipping around here because we're looking at props and questions, but I think for the most part for this first game, that's about all I have interest in. Yeah, they bumped all this. They bumped all that. So Kelsey Mitchell, I'm good on today, honestly. I think they focused more on her and try and stop her. But I don't know. Between her and Clark, I think also with Clark, so the first half PRA, I think the full game, nope, they bumped that too. See, never mind. That's in the double-double under, but we secured really good value for the double-double under. It was, where you at? 0.77. So she moved down a whole bunch there. Yeah, I think that's about it for that game. Mabry, if you want some exposure to her, sure, I get it, but she will be in with the starter, so her usage rating could level out a little bit more than last game. All right. And then next game, we got really good value with Cloud. She was at 11.5, so we scooped that up. The PRA, oh my goodness, I hope you guys were listening. I shouted that out at 24 flat. It's at 25.5, so we had really, really good value there. Yeah. So I think other than that, just got to throw it into consideration. Caleb McBride just continues to struggle with his first half, getting over 8 points. 7.5 is a little low, but I might throw this in just for a half unit play today. Little nomination there.
I thought she was balling. No, she didn't ball. Not in the first.
She
half.
had a slow first half, but she hit like 3 threes in the third quarter.
Man, her first halves are really, 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 really bad.
They are.
It's weird. It's like weirdly bad, right? Like if we looked it up, first half, her average is probably so much less than her second half.
Oh, it's night and day. I mean, she was a wagon for us for a long time during the season, just taking that first half, whatever under was the highest line. But yeah, I mean, look at this. Failed to go over 7.5 in the last 12 out of 15 games. Like that's insane.
Yeah, the one thing that was cool that Wet brought up in the Discord yesterday when we were looking at stuff and we were messing with unders, and I always got to remind myself of that, and it usually takes a game or two into the playoffs to realize they just play so many more minutes, most of the starters, depending on the game of course, but a lot of times the minutes are up but the props aren't really up, so we got a little bit of value on the overs in the playoffs sometimes, especially WNBA when they're not really as tight with the lines.
Yeah, and we'll see the defense step up the next round. Like I think it'll be a night and day difference from the first round because we pretty much treat this like the regular season anyways. The only the upswing, like you said, is just the minutes are way more and more secure. For players like Cloud and AT and yada yada. But McBride, right. Same thing. And I think that is on the surface would be a scare for her to go under because she plays a lot of minutes. I mean, she plays like 18 minutes or something in the first half.
Does she?
Let's see. Yeah,
I was wondering,
she played
maybe
a lot of minutes.
I wonder if she plays more because it's this game. Don't know.
Yeah, I mean, look at that, dude. 18 minutes. I mean, was second on the team. I mean, it was her and Feezy played all the minutes, and then Bridget right behind them. So this is it's a scary click, but
what happened
it's
to
the same
Courtney?
reason why I like.
Why Courtney only played 10 minutes in a playoff game? Damn.
She only played 10 minutes, and like, dude, look at her stats. So she had a majority of this in the first quarter, not even the first half. So she only played 10:45, but 5 assists, 5 points, 3 rebounds. She had, I believe, 8 PRA or 9 PRA. She was like right there at her line in the first quarter, and then just coach never brought her back. I mean, let's look at the rotation here. It was super strange. Yeah, look at this huge gap, man. That's so many minutes on the bench.
Look at that solid blue line. Collier said, "This is my team."
Oh yeah, yeah. She's an interesting player today, and I think one to still consider too. That I was definitely just about to get to here in a second. Real fast though, talking about first half struggles though. Sophie under this, I know 7.5 is very scary, but continuous foul trouble. I mean, it's a tough assignment going out there and trying to defend Feezy and Copper, or defend Feezy, and even Bridget for that matter has been kind of difficult for some of these players. But yeah, she just is not hitting this line whatsoever. Let me see. It was like some astronomical thing that she's been on. But even last game, I mean, she had 2 fouls in like 3 minutes, and then coach still brought her back for a little bit, which is kind of weird, but she ended up with 3 fouls in the first half, and I mean, just, dude, the struggles for her is just crazy. She had 3 this last game, 3 2 games before that, and 6-1 before that. So this one game, she just had a crazy scoring game. I mean, you can see 12 points in the first half. She can't even score 12 points in the whole game. So clearly an outlier game. And that was a game for her. She also had 7 free throws. Never will happen again. One to consider, though. I think both of those you could do a little half unit for her and McBride for a first half sweat. I know you like a good under.
I do. The playoffs had me thinking a little more than when we were looking at what happened yesterday. The Tina under was easy still because that was so damn high for her, but some of the unders, like the smaller ones, like Plum should have not got 4 rebounds. What was the other one that got us?
It was the Sabrina one, just team shot super efficient, and Atlanta was actually hanging around for most of the game, so the starters had to play maximum minutes.
Yeah.
And then Cloud something, I'll say her points, but they definitely bumped the hell out of her a lot, so I don't even know exactly what to nominate for her, to be honest, for you guys.
Probably nothing, bro. You probably did it already,
But this Taurasi for 1.5 threes, I think this is very live. 0.74 is not a bad payout, and this could potentially be her last career game. So, got a little bit of interest in Taurasi just in general. I'm kind of surprised that she's plus money for a lot of this stuff here today. So, if you want to get cute, I think she's definitely live today. Scored 21 points this last game too, so nothing to sneeze at. 29 minutes, not the best, but 2 threes, I can get behind that.
Coolio, bro. Looks good.
All right.
I mean, a lot of the stuff was bumped. I mean, you did what you could do with what's there now, but yeah. What do you think about second half today? Like, do you think they're gonna give us Nalissa? Like, what if she doesn't start and they still give us her second half props? What would you go to first? Would you go to PRA with her?
Yeah. She was at 8 this last game. And did absolutely nothing. She played 2 minutes the whole second half. So I think if that is the case, that's best case scenario. But if she comes off the bench, there's no way they're giving us her second half.
The funny thing is, I think they have before, but yeah, maybe not. But if they did, even if she came in and didn't play much in the first quarter, we're going straight to the PRA regardless of how low it feels. Even if it's 8, like you said, we're smacking that under. Because we know her minutes. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, she was at 8 this last game, like I said, and that was like a no fear under. Whenever she didn't come back in after that, 5 minutes or whatever the hell she played.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's totally green light. Because for her, she doesn't really bring any defensive upside. She's not a good stretch big. She's more of a center, to be honest. But obviously they don't play her like that. She really struggles to hang with AT, and Dantas has just looked phenomenally better as far as she is an actual 3-point potential shooter. She's a good stretch big. She plays defense. And coach, seems to be favoring her a little bit more in the rotation. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Nalissa come off the bench, but I will say if she comes off the bench, I'm snapping up some more of her unders today for sure. Like, she might play legit 8 minutes this entire game again. Her rotation could be like we saw for Boston this last game, or the bench players for Boston this last game, because they want to play Boston. Boston's playing the maximum amount of minutes she can out there. I believe 32 minutes this last game was just, she was the main center out there the whole game. But if Nalissa is coming off the bench, she's probably going to come in at, the 2 minutes left in their first quarter, like last time, and then right there, some sprinkled in for the third quarter, and that's going to be it. She looked completely dejected this last game. Like, she did not want to be out there, and coach didn't want her out there either. So keep an eye out for that news.
Okay, doke, bro. I think we got a good understanding of what's going on now today for the peoples.
Yeah, sorry, fam. We tend to kind of have to run through the plays sometimes. Obviously, you can see I've had to refresh my screen like 5 times already. So they are aggressively bumping plays, and I don't know if it's by coincidence. I'm not tooting my horn over here. They just happen to bump a lot of plays that we just happen to post in the Discord. Call it a coincidence, whatever. But those are still just unfortunate things that we have to deal with. But yeah. We have some stuff to work with today, and hopefully this will be the last of these series so we can get something new to work with.
Damn, bro. Do you just sit around and do props all day?
Propping and stopping. That's all we do.
Propping and stopping? Okay.
Yeah, you gotta stop to eat and, smoke and stuff every once in a while.
Oh, okay. Okay. Gotcha.
All right, let's get some questions.
All right. Who we got in here today? First of all, guys, let me be annoying.
There we go. I was about to say.
Let's be annoying. Okay, guys. Yeah. Whoop-de-doo. Here's the routine. Please hit the likes for us. It really helps us so we can push the show out to more people. YouTube likes it when we keep saying this. It's stupid and ridiculous, but please hit the like. Thank you. We love you. Okay, now, here we go. Cashier for Life is here, and guess what? He's number 1. Who would have guessed he would be number 1 today, though?
Hey, I mean, you're all number one in my book. But
Wow.
I love to see the friendly competition every day. That's pretty dope.
For sure. He says, let's get it today. Just Cash fam. Let's go. Sean Drake is in second today. Sean Drake. He's here, though. And Ian came in third today. Hey, at least he's here. We like first, second, and third around here. It's all good. And then we have Chris, fourth, saying, let's get this bread. Chris changed his name to Sicko C today. I'm glad you haven't read the bottom of the screen yet, because you'd probably vomit. Don't look. Now let's get to Ace. He says, what's good, y'all? What's good, bro?
Hello.
Mike says, LFG, smoke him if you got him. Guess what, Mike? I saw you write that earlier, and I'm so glad you did, because I started smoking right when I saw your comment instead of waiting till I had to read it, so thank you. Futon Bet says, Clark under 33.5 PRA. Let's get this cash, buddy. Futon Bet says Clark under. You doing that today? Are we going under Clark?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to it one more time. I gotta give it up to Vegas and to Connecticut. They've just had the Clark recipe. They've had the answer all season for her, and even with again the defensive assignment changes, it worked. Clark was 0 of 6 or 0 of 7 in the first half, or 1 of 7, 1 of 8, something like that. Really, really bad, and they've just been really phenomenal off of the two best things that Indiana thrives off of. So that's transitional defense and three-point shooting. And Connecticut's just elite at that. I mean, they've been so great at it all season, and huge part, to their wing players. I'll say today, maybe there is a slight 1% concern because of Mabry starting, because she's just absolutely atrocious on defense. But she's not going to be covering her for the most part. She shouldn't be in that vicinity.
How much do you think Mabry hates Caitlin? Doesn't it seem like she would be someone who would hate her?
No. I mean, maybe a little bit of this and this, but the real beef right now is between Carrington and Clark. The last game, Carrington got her with the eye poke, but Clark also fouled the shit out of Carrington.
Why don't they like each other? Why wouldn't Carrington like Caitlin? It's weird.
I don't know. I mean, they've been scrappy all season. We've seen them kind of go back and forth. So I think
I know what it is. I know what it is, bro. Nalissa probably talked to Dejanay, and she was like, "Oh my God, we got Caitlin on our team." And Dejanay was like, "What? You fucking talking about that bitch like that? What? You know what I mean? Like that might be why. That might be why Nalissa's like getting benched and all that too. Cause think about it, bro. They got relationships going on in the game. Like, imagine if Steph Curry was dating LeBron and shit, and the Lakers were playing against the fucking Warriors, and LeBron and Steph were dating. I know it's weird, but I'm just saying that's what we're doing here.
Yeah. I mean,
that's weird.
Unfortunately, some of that stuff does come into play here with the league. We've seen that with some of the couples and external drama that's happened to spill over onto the court. It's a weird dynamic, but it is a thing that happens in this league.
No, it's totally fine and all. I'm not saying it's bad. It's weird because it's something we never really thought about. Like, imagine if the guys' league was like that. It's just like nothing we've ever. You know what I mean? Like, this is real competition, and then you add like Bonner and AT are on a team together, and they're together. They're married, right?
Yeah, they got married last year.
They're sitting there married. In the game.
Speaking of Bonner, hopefully you guys got it in. She's got bumped.
That's a great call too, because she's going to play the minutes.
Yeah, let's see if we got some news yet. I haven't seen any of their shoot around today for Connecticut, so they're being really hush hush on it. And shout out to Carrington, also being a babe. She was the most improved player for this year.
And Cool Ken says Carrington's been posting some sexy pics on IG today. She might go off.
Oh, yeah. No, she's looking like a dime.
You guys are totally wrong, though. I think you just like how they look, and then you put that together with her playing good. I don't think that really correlates. Do you? You really believe it, huh?
I mean, she got the most improved player this year, so, something's got to be true in there.
Oh, yeah, no, she's good. But I'm just saying, the day of when they dress up, you always say, oh, look, she's dressing up. She's going off today. Does it really work?
I mean, hey, call it a coincidence.
Okay. Mr. Nightmare says, can you post your Discord link?
Yeah, it's down below. You guys just click on the link. It'll take you to the Patreon, and you just hit at the top, sign up, 7-day free trial, and it'll take you right into the Discord.
Yeah, and then you can join us crazy people. Dirty Reg 22 says Minnesota minus 2.5 first quarter is a gold mine. Phoenix can't keep up early. Interesting, huh?
Yeah, I don't mind that. They didn't bump on her. She definitely will get bumped, so just keep an eye on that. Yeah, I don't mind that. Minnesota's been phenomenal in the first quarter. The combination between like Feezy and Courtney Williams, they just been putting up a lot of points early on. And then usually one of the wing players typically will hit a three sometime in the first half. So I think for Phoenix, their best way to hang in there is either one of Copper or Griner really needs to be going off today. I don't think they can rely on Cloud to drop 33 points again, but one of those two players has to step it up, and Copper's really struggled in the first quarter. She used to be one of the top 5 scoring first quarter players, and now she's like way in middle of the pack.
Tell me Copper and Jewel didn't end the season injured, though, and that's why they're not themselves. Gotta be.
Yeah, Jewel's definitely compromised 100%. We really saw it in the second half again yesterday, but Copper, she didn't directly address her back issue, but her comments after the game kind of leaves me a little bit of skeptical about her actually trying. The reporter asked her how her back was feeling, and she just replied with, well, at this point, it really doesn't matter. So for me, that kind of just, I feel like she's a little dejected and kind of already mentally checked out. So if she's not coming out firing, this game's going to get ugly like real fast.
Cool. I like that call. It's different. First quarter for Minnesota, minus 2.5. Interesting. Chris says, Chris is being a smarty pants. Thick OC says 17% profit boost because of Otani, E. And the others 22 because of Clark. They're numbers. Get it, E? Get it? Why it's 17 and 22?
That makes sense. Okay,
there we go.
Gotcha.
Big Chris bringing some knowledge. Let's see. What else we got? Colby Johnson says, I'm on Mabry over 3.5 assists and Nalissa under 12.5 PR. You know what's scary about Nalissa, bro? Like, I want to go under Nalissa so bad, but if the coach just decides or she plays a tiny bit better, whatever, she gets a little bit more minutes. That under's so low. I mean, she puts up numbers when she's in the game. That's the scary part about her,
Yeah. 100%. I mean, if she goes out and plays in any kind of a normal game, we're probably cooked. But if she plays a normal game, that means she is playing well. So we're probably just screwed already from the get-go. But if she comes out and coach benches her real quick, I think we're home free.
I think a good strategy with her would be just bet small full game and then watch for when the game starts. If she only plays a few minutes in that first quarter, or she's not going to play like last game, that second half is sitting for you to just really smack. Because if she's not playing, bro, you gotta hit that under in the second half.
Oh yeah.
Is there a chance, do you think, like at the beginning she won't play a lot, but then some reason in the second half she does? Not very high of a chance of that, huh?
No, because the coach has already been benching her in the fourth quarter lately, like in general, whether or not she's been playing well or not. But I think the last 2 games, and this last game especially, just was kind of more of a statement that, hey, she's not working in this current, defense, at least, on one side of the ball, but she's just not working out with the starting 5. So the coach is either going to lean into, playing Fag Bentley more or Dantas more. And I mean, so far it's been Dantas just because she offers more scoring upside. Because you got to think about too with the starting 5, Nalissa Smith is kind of a dud sometimes, but also Lexi Hull, she's like a walking 6 points at best for a starter. So somebody has to fill in for the offense if, Clark and Kelsey Mitchell are kind of getting locked down. It can't just be Mitchell and Boston scoring all the points on the team. Like we saw that last game, they puttered out in the second half and they lost. So somebody else got to step it up. And I think today we could definitely see some coaching changes. There's a lot of pressure on Indiana, the whole Clark effect and yada yada, but they need to win, and I think we could see some coaching decisions kind of reflect that too today. Look, it's 23 minutes for Dantas, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah. And we were happy about that when we got Alyssa's unders before. It's just weird that the books aren't as, I mean, they're dumb sometimes and you can catch them sometimes, but a lot of times they are really smart. This is a lot of money. If we catch them with one thing, they're going to lose money. So you would think that they wouldn't even put her props up. I know they're low, but just gives me that thought that they know, or they don't know, but there's an idea that she could play a little bit more. So I just want to make sure and wait till second half, and then I'll feel way more comfortable putting money down. Just my own way.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I mean, it's definitely not a lock or anything like that. But if, you know, even on worst case scenario, if she only plays 10 minutes, even, you know, I think that definitely very live for an under. She could make us sweat, but she could also go out and do absolutely nothing and, you know, sit down in 5 minutes.
All right. Q Donkey says, first half, this is interesting too. What do you think about this one? He says, first half PRA rivals, AT against Caitlin. And I'm sure they're giving us some extra for AT, right? You'd get 4 extra PRA or something like that, maybe?
No, the first half, the full game. So they offered us 2. They offered us a full game and the first half one. But I will save you guys some time, and I posted that earlier on Discord.
Oh, they have a first. I didn't realize they have first half rivals. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So that was a different look from them, but they also offered the full game. So the first half was 1.5, and then the full game was 3.5, if I'm not mistaken. But the first half, yeah, I got a lot of interest in that one, to be honest. Just a couple reasons. You know, obviously the matchup, it's not the greatest for on either side, but they're basically the exact same player. They're the RA machines of the team, the number one playmakers. But the thing is, really, I think for me, the minutes, AT plays all 20 minutes, no problem, no questions asked. Clark plays about 18 minutes, so we get a little bit of a cushion there. It's really just the scoring. I think personally, that's the only thing that we're sweating in either direction is who can score more. If Clark goes out and she puts up over 10 points, I think we're toast. But if she goes out, puts up 8 points, I think we're looking good. That 1.5 adjustment is going to help out a lot.
Yeah, and if I had to, if they had a RA rival or something like that, you would go with AT for that rebounding. So she's gonna. I would personally think she's gonna get the same amount of assists as Caitlin today too, if not more.
Yeah, and with AT, you know, traditionally, we've seen it with both of these players. You know, Clark, she's been more of a second half warrior, and Alyssa, she's been kind of dying off a little bit in the second half. So this
that first half,
it just kind of. Yeah, and then with, you know, the handicap too, I think that's just a solid little kicker on top.
I feel like it takes, I could be totally wrong with this, but it feels like it takes Caitlin a little bit of time to warm up. You can't just hit threes right off the bat, especially in a playoff game when you're nerves and you're a rookie. You know, it feels like it takes you a little longer to get into the game, in the bigger game. I know it's Caitlin and all, but she's still a rookie.
Yeah, 100%. And you know, we called that with this last game too. With the rookie jitters were definitely going to be in that for the first game of the postseason. And I mean, obviously she shot just absolutely awful. So I don't expect her to continue to shoot, you know, as bad as she did this last game. But her scoring lines, I feel like, are still pretty high. But yeah,
I'm right with you. I'm right with you, man. The only thing I will say is yesterday when we talked about Plum like this, she came into the game and said, I heard that Just Cash community was saying I sucked. And she said, watch this, guys. So that can always happen with Caitlin too. Gotta remind ourselves. Yeah. That was fucking rough. Fuck you, Plum. Sorry.
For sure. And I think, you know, if the whole scenario was the exact same, if they were in Indiana, I would not be touching any kind of, like, you know, stuff like that. But the fact that they are still on the road and how dangerous Connecticut has been at home still, you know, kind of pushes me in that direction. But I mean, again, the fact that AT, she plays all 20 minutes, like that alone is kind of tipping my hat.
I like it. I like our chances. I was just throwing out the idea of that it's a bet and we know it can lose, but I like the idea for sure. I'm definitely riding with that one.
I think if anything, it's just more of a competitive line between the two of them. I mean, if you look at the lines that they gave us, so AT's first half is at 15.5 and Clark is at 16.5. So already off the bat, we're getting a 0.5 in our favor because this will the one moves her up to that. But the 0.5 in our favor, and then just the fact that she's going to play probably at least a minute and 45 more than Clark is. We just need her to be active. And she was on pace for a double-double at half this last game too. So that was pretty crazy to see.
I'm locking it in. Tell me this is a crazy bet. Now this is what we did, or partly almost like this yesterday with the free play, and we did the Gabby one. And this one feels just like that one to me. It's like I feel like this can get it done. But imagine if you really, really like this. Like I'm feeling like, do I like this play more than other plays? But if I did, and I got this profit boost, and it's a 50% thing, do I want to put that in there and put like what's the easiest play on the board? The Griner under double-double, or there's a cloud one I think too. But like whatever the easiest. They removed them.
I was gonna say they took a lot of that stuff down.
Oh
yeah.
Really? Those fuckers. Because that's the scam.
This Carrington is getting 4 rebounds. I'm gonna tell you that right now. She's got 5 rebounds in like every single game against Indiana. It's one of my sleeper favorite plays today.
Okay, so what if you put that with the rival? What's that payout? That's what I think we should try to.
Yeah, let's look at that. 1.89.
So basically, we're saying we like the AT rival so much that Carrington's just basically a free play. We're not really getting paid for that.
Right.
But if we love that play that much, then if we think it's free, then we're just looking at the other play and saying we're betting this straight, basically. So you got to be that.
Less, yeah.
You're 110% about that Carrington play. The only thing would be an injury or some fucked up something. Okay. Well, if they had Griner under, that would feel. Would Griner under feel even better, or are they about the same to you?
For what?
Like Griner under, more possibility to miss than Dejanay's over 3.5 rebounds. Not that it's there, but.
It's tough to say, man, because Grinders just didn't shoot a lot. I mean, she still played pretty normal minutes. 30 minutes isn't bad. 31 minutes, basically.
Can she get 10 rebounds?
No. I don't think that is a possibility. Mean, honestly, I'm even considering under the 7.5, too.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's not no possibility. But the possibility is like when I ask you the question and you say, no. But when I say 3.5 Carrington, you say, I mean, probably not. So there's a little difference in there. You see what I'm saying?
Oh no! I mean, I love the Carrington one. I'm not even gonna BS you guys. I got a lot of that in the slips already.
All right.
But so the Grinder one, the Grinder one, I do like quite a bit though, because I mean, she's just not really traditionally, a rebounder like that. She just doesn't.
Yeah. She's slow.
I mean, look at all this. Look at all this red, just all red.
And guess what? I'm not even going to talk about her. I'm not even going to say that thing again. Okay.
So just to give you an idea of the old outlier, she has hit this 6% 2 out of 31 times.
And tell me they weren't games against teams like Minnesota. Oh, it was Minnesota. Look, was that Minnesota one time?
No. That was last year. Don't
last year, Minnesota. Okay.
Yeah. This year she's 0 of 4 against them. Not even close.
Yeah.
I think the only thing in that situation that I would be concerned about is just the field goal volume that Feezy had. If she was missing a lot more or not getting all these free throws, maybe that's a couple more rebounds in her direction. But other than that, I mean, dude, 2 out of 31, I'll play anybody with that kind of hit rating.
Okay, cool. And then you saw the play I put in the Discord. So then the other one's Caitlin. What's her chance of getting a double-double? And is that off the board too?
No, it's still on the board. I brought that up a little bit ago.
Sucks. The payout sucks.
Yeah, the payout.
Okay. Because she has a shot to get 10 assists, obviously.
Yeah, she made me sweating on the edge of my seat this last game because she had 8. She came out of the gate real quick and had a bunch early, but she has yet to clear this so far in the matchup. This last game was actually her best, but most of them, I mean, way lower than that. But on the season, though, she really hasn't got a whole lot of this double-double action.
Okay.
34%, 14 out of 41.
So look at this. And that's including teams that suck. That's not including Connecticut matchup.
Right.
So that's crazy. So think about that play with the grinder play at minus 119 yesterday. Doesn't that feel like, I'm just listening to how you're saying those words. You're saying Caitlin's she got a 20% chance to get that, maybe, probably, right? And Grinder's probably not at all going to have a chance to get 10 rebounds. So you're telling me it's an 80% chance that I can make that bet and get a minus 120. You're telling me an 80% chance to get a minus 120. You know what that means?
Yeah, and I mean, normally we're looking, we're getting excited about players with like a 60, high 60s or something like that. Like that's a phenomenal hit rating. But yeah, I mean, something like that, I think you're clearly going to be sweating Clark more than anything. So
For sure. It's like you're basically thinking, I'm betting Clark's under double for even money. I'll do that any day.
And for her too, from what I remember, against the top 4 defensive teams, so that's like, Seattle, Connecticut, New York, and Minnesota, she is 2 of 20 against those teams this season. It's either 2 of 19 or 2 of 20. And one of those was against New York, and one of those, I believe, was against Minnesota or Seattle, one of those 2 teams. But yeah, Connecticut, not happening. Not happening. I mean, it's just a really tough pass.
Especially in a game where Carrington and AT's going to go crazy and Bonner's actually going to try. Like, this is the playoffs. They're not letting her do her fucking Caitlin Clark's on them. I mean, of course it can always happen, but chances are I see that happening more.
Yeah. Yep.
Love that shit. All right, well, cool. If you guys like winning money, hit the like button. If you understand winning money and how fun it is to beat the stupid piece of shit bookie's ass, hit the like button, because that will give us good luck today, because we all hate the bookies together. Where's AUD anyways? He needs to say,
I don't know.
We're all D-Gens united as one. Hit the like. Colby Johnson says, oh, my bad. Now, dude, we didn't even get to Mabry's assist.
No,
we
definitely went off on a little rant.
We went off. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, so Nalissa, we're just banking on the minutes there, so any of her unders are either going to be free or she's going to go way over. Mabry, though, I'd be careful with her. So she only had a 15%, not even a 16% assist rating. That's very low. I mean, that's almost competing with Carrington. She was 3rd on the team, so she was actually behind Bonner, which is kind of interesting. It's clearly going to be AT. I think we could see Mabry and Bonner compete a little bit more for that, but Mabry's just more of a spot-up shooter. She was, the entire offense this last game for their offensive usage, so I'd be a little bit careful. This isn't the old Mabry from Chicago and Dallas. Like, she's the 6th-player spark plug off the bench. Her only mission on this team is just to shoot the ball. So I don't mind it for the matchup, but she's just way more of a 3-point threat. She had 12 3 attempts this last game, so this is what they want her to do.
Pass.
Sounds good.
Yeah, be a little careful with just the assist line for her. If anything, play her PA. Like, play something else with it. PA, RA, maybe. Just something else with it.
Okay, let's see who else we got in here. Chris is fucking on fire today, bro. Chris is on fire today. He says McCowan. He says, my God, McCowan is so fine. Whew.
She tries.
Wow.
She tries.
Wow. Okay, Dirty Reg 22 says Lexi Ho over 6.5 points. She's got to make a couple shots one of these days, he said.
Yeah, I don't mind it just because it's such a low sweat, and I mean they need a 3rd scorer on the team, somebody to step up. So she tried to get it this last game. I know she got fouled from the 3-point line, so she had 3 free throws, and I think she hit a 3 after that as well. But the only thing with her, man, is she just dies in the second half. Like, she's just been a ghost, absolute shell. Like, you wouldn't even know she's on the court if you weren't watching the game.
Pass.
So I don't mind it. For her, I almost feel like I would rather play her like PR. Underdog actually pulled down her 3.5 rebounds, which was a really solid one. She had 6 rebounds this last game.
Does she have a PR?
No, I don't think so. Which is kind of
They're like,
crappy.
no, if you want to play her, play this shitty play. Thanks.
Yeah, they're making you pick.
Pass.
Her PR would definitely be ideal, but man, she right there on the line. She's either going to get you like 3 to 5 points, or she might even hit
Nah.
10 points.
Now, E, we've been asking you questions here for like 3 months on this channel now, and we know every time you say man and shake your head a little bit, we know.
Pass.
Okay, so thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not personally going to play it.
Z Beast the God had a good one yesterday. He said, let's get it. CC and Kelsey over on points. Caitlin and Kelsey Mitchell over points. You like those today? You're a little scared of those because it's Connecticut, huh?
Yeah, Kelsey would be probably the one that I would lean to a little bit more. I mean, Clark hasn't. She hit 20 points in one game against them so far. So, I mean, I think she could, definitely be in a bounce back spot here. But it's an away court. It's not home court for her. So her home road splits have been favoring, not doing so well on the road, anyways. And I don't know. I'd probably leave her alone. If anything, she just got to show me. It's a really tough matchup for her.
Pass.
Ian says, what's your best 3 to 6 picks for tonight?
Just take 3 to 6 plays that we had in the Discord and smack them together.
Dirty Reg 22 says the Sun -2 first quarter. No matter how the Fever play, they won't win the first quarter.
Ooh, is that still up? No way. Yeah, I played that earlier. -2. Oh, you're getting taxed there. Look at this DK at -1.5. Yeah, that's the one right there.
You like that?
No, it's really strong.
What
Their
if you-
first quarter.
What if you played that money line? Not saying you should, but it's just an idea I had. -155, not on necessarily here, but anywhere. Play that money line and then put some bullshit with it. Get that down to -112 and feel good about your life. No?
Yeah, no, I mean it's not bad, because I mean it's just essentially just taking the -1 anyways, so slightly less payout, but if it comes down to the wire, you don't have to sweat that.
Yeah. Dope. Chris says, Ian, if you're playing 3 legs on PrizePicks, I'm going to personally go out of my way to get your account shut down. Community is checking each other, and I fucking love it. Let's see. Q-Donkey says, Tarazi getting up 13 shots tonight? ? Tarazi's field goal attempts.
I think she definitely is live for it today. Again, this could be potentially her last game of her career. They fed her a lot this last game. Caitlin McBride did make a comment after the game that they said they want to lock her down, and Feezy said they wanted to end her career this next game. So they could, try and focus on that a little bit more. But she was second in usage on the team, so it's definitely there. Like, they're trying to get her the ball. She's going to try. I think for this last game, potentially, they're going to test the waters with it at least, and then we should see Cloud get kind of a dialed-back usage. Cloud's not going to shoot the ball 23 times again. That's not going to happen.
Ty says Boston and AT over 18 rebound combo. Paired with Brianna Jones under PRA, 20.5. So basically, we know you like Brianna Jones under PRA a little bit. Do you like Boston and AT over 18 rebounds?
Yeah, I think it's in play again. I mean, on paper, it's not a really great matchup for either one of them technically, so do please keep that in mind. But AT, she's been really, really proven so far this season. I think on her end of things, I feel pretty good about. Boston could be kind of subject to if they switch up the starting 5. I'm like 90% a yes on that. But if they start Fag Benley, then I'm going to be rethinking that just a little bit. I think it's definitely in play, but just know that if they switch the starting lineup up, it might throw a wrench in that just a little bit.
K. Frosh said, yeah, I had Courtney Williams PRA last game, LOL. She had 13 in the first half and barely did anything. Still went over at the end, but yeah. A tale of two halves, huh? WNBA is so weird like that.
Yeah. all the time.
Danny C says AT's rebounds, question mark. What do you think about AT's rebounds? Man, AT's going to play, but is the rebounds the spot? I was liking her assist the other day when it was 8.5. I think it's 9.5 now. But
yeah, I'm definitely more interested in her like PA upside. The rebounds I think is definitely still live. You know, she had almost a 30% overall. The bigger thing was, you know, the defensive rebound. She still was second on the team. The only thing with her, and I got to throw this caution out there just in general, is the more minutes that Olivia plays off the bench, the more she's going to harm everything for AT. Like, she cripples AT's rebounding. So that is unfortunately a thing that we are going to have to deal with. So we ideally would like to see Brianna Jones play a little bit more minutes because that's going to keep her off the bench. But Coach finally came around to playing Nelson Adota more off the bench here. So if we see her come up a little closer, like 15 to 18 minutes, we could be sweating the rebounds from AT because she doesn't offer a lot of offensive upside. So we're going to see that switch up, you know, kind of how they do with Brianna Jones and AT. They usually feed Brianna Jones. Olivia, they do not feed her at all. She will not do anything. They'll feed Alyssa Thomas and everyone else. So just something to keep in mind and think about. I would wait for starting lineups, to be honest. I want to make sure that Nalissa Smith starts.
Dirty Reg also says, to me, the Fever need to limit AT's scoring. If she's getting 12 to 14 points, the Fever are done. Kind of agree.
Yeah, definitely agree. You know, I brought that up earlier. I think Indiana is going to make some adjustments to that interior defense, but I mean, they keep playing that stupid ass zone defense a lot too, and they're just getting cooked in the mid range and 3-point lines. So maybe they switch it up and play man defense or something like that. But they're definitely going to make a focus on trying to slow down the interior scoring like they did last time. I think they scored like 50 points in the paint or something crazy. Or was it? No way, that's right. Points in the paint. Yeah, 50 points in the paint, dude. That's astronomical. Like, that's insane. Vegas doesn't even do that with Asia. So for sure, they're gonna make some kind of adjustment here. I still think they're gonna probably be rocking out somewhere in the low 40s. Maybe it's a little bit closer to this, but on paper, it should look closer to this, like how Indiana did. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that too.
What about Caitlin Clark over 7.5 assists? He says Caitlin Clark over 7.5 assists is automatic. Do you agree with that?
I mean, I don't know if I would say automatic. She only cleared it in just this last game. Where's she at? She only cleared it in this most previous game, and that's because she played the most minutes that she has, in a long time. Or let me say not just a most recent game, but most recent meeting against Connecticut, because everything else was way, way off. I mean, this is way under. I think she's got it in her. I mean, if you're looking at the last 20, all these green bars look phenomenal. 80% hit rating, I would snap that up on any player at any given time. So I get it. Honestly, I get it. There's a large part of me though, because especially she's at 7.5. You should be able to find her at 6.5 or at 7 even, 7 flat somewhere. So maybe try and shop around a little bit for that. I like the minutes. I like the overall, the hit rating for the last half of the season since All-Star break has been really phenomenal. But matchup wise, it's been very difficult.
I think a lot of it has to do with communication, some people say automatic. He just really meant he liked it, I think. I don't think people really, because you know how people say, hey, yo, I got these locks. Right when I hear somebody talk about a lock and betting in the same sentence, I go, hey, this dude knows nothing about betting, because there's no fucking locks. But anyways, I think it's a communication gap there. So I know what you're saying, though.
Yeah.
You were answering it. Automatic? I don't know about automatic. I feel you. 100%.
No,
it's not automatic.
Yeah, I mean, if it was in any other matchup, I would be gung-ho for this all day, but at least I'll say over the course since the break, she has been able to get it done against all the teams except for, Connecticut. So, if anything's kind of taught us something so far through the postseason, I think their players are definitely live for a bounce back. I don't think she's getting 10 assists today. That might be pushing it, but I could see 8 to 9.
Rick Atari says, what's up, fellas? Propping and no stopping. He said propping and no stopping.
That's right.
Then we got Chris laughing at me. Then we got Linnell Turner laughing at me. Then Chris says, who's this man's plug? Me. We the
That's
fifth. I'm laid out. What's the science behind Clark's first half under? I love unders. We attract people that love unders. Should change our YouTube channel to the Under Club.
Yeah, I mean, just in general, she's kind of 50% basically on the season, but in this matchup, 0 for 5. Very difficult struggles.
Oh my gosh.
She shot really well in this one game, but this was a home game, so note all of the road games. I mean, massive struggle, massive struggle, massive struggle.
Imagine if they all just booed her.
Yeah.
Caitlyn
and also just the fact that you're basically getting that as a tax because their full game is at 33 flat. So by my mathematication, if you get 17 here and 17 for full game, that's 34 already. So we're getting a little bit better there, and they just bumped all of her lines so much, except for the fantasy. The fantasy didn't drop down quite a bit, but I think they just bumped it. But yeah, really, really, really struggles against these top defensive teams. Like, that is not her forte. She turns it up more in the second half.
All right. Well, we've had about 90 people straight. We got up to 100 people watching. If you guys don't mind hitting the like, that would really help us out. We are at 32, and we need to get to 50. So we all have good luck today on our bets. And really, if we all hate PrizePicks, oh my gosh, I hate PrizePicks so much. Hit the like if you hate PrizePicks. that would make me hit the like quick. That's all I'm saying. DB Sagat says Thomas 11 points, 10 boards, and 10 assists, or 10 assists. Which one do you like better for Thomas? Her points, her boards, or her assists? I guess is the question. I don't know exactly what that means.
Yeah, probably like the assists and then points and then rebounds. Okay.
Steve the mailman's here. What's up? He says Clark under scare me. She's fighting to her playoff. She's fighting for her playoff life today. She might go crazy. I feel him. That's what I was saying with that AT rival. It's like, I'm going to play it, but I'm not going to go too crazy with it because we can't go against Clark that much. It's Clark. She has the potential to just go crazy.
Right. Yeah, definitely don't get too carried away with it. I don't think it's a smash play, but just based on hit rating, recent performance, and the matchup, and all the other lines seeing such bumps, and this one only being bumped by a point. She just got to show me. I think she has it in her, and she was humming this last game. We were sweating our life out in that first quarter. She had 16.1 or 16.9 fantasy of the 20.5 that we needed. Still stayed under.
She has it in her,
and that was with two stocks and no turnovers, which is unheard of for her. And still stayed under. So
and she had it in her.
Yeah. It's definitely still possible for her. I think just Connecticut's just had her number all season. I do think we see some technicals tonight, though. I would not be surprised if both Clark and Carrington get a technical tonight.
That would be great. And hey, I'm not the biggest conspiracy theorist, but I will say I could see people wanting Caitlyn to win this game and go off. Right? How much money does WNBA and whoever make if Caitlyn goes off? It's just better for everyone. I go where the money feels right.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I don't even think it's necessarily Caitlyn. So Caitlyn doesn't even need to go off. Like, that's not even her thing. She just needs to have a mediocre game. And I think the lines, at least for the first half line, this is still very appropriate for just what a normal outing might be for her. But yeah, she's just got to figure out something different because it's not working right now. I think even this last game too, she had a lot of early just random ass rebounds that she never gets, and that still didn't even help. So if the scoring's not there for her, if that three's not falling, I think maybe she gets a couple of free throws tonight, but if that three's not falling, she's coming way short. Yeah, see, look, money's going back the other way a little bit on her. Now she's back up to 20 points.
People were like, I'm going to bet for Caitlyn. I'm going to watch the game. There's nothing else to do tonight. Let's bet on Caitlyn's over.
If anything for her, I would just wait for the second half because, dude, this last game, she was at like 15.5 second half PRA, and that's the lowest I've seen her in a long time.
Yes, right along with Nalissa. Wait for that second half. Colby says a funny thing here. He says the Fever are plus 18 with Nalissa off the court. Ouch.
I believe it.
Yeah, that's why the coach is like, go sit down. Copper PRA says, What do you think about that? Copper's a little scary, or you think she can bounce back today?
I mean, it just depends on what's going on with that back issue.
Hard to trust, huh?
Yeah. She might push through it. She had a decent amount of field goal volume. She still shot the ball 15 times, but the RA was definitely kind of by luck. I think the rebounds more than anything. The playmaking is pretty locked up as far as like everyone else. I mean, it's Cloud over 50%. Usually Taurasi is a little bit higher up in here. So for Copper's assist upside, we're really hoping Taurasi's scoring here because they flip those roles. So usually it's Taurasi kind of feeds Copper and Cloud to Copper. But if Taurasi's shooting, then yeah, I think that makes sense. If we think this is going to be her blowout game or go out game, but the percentage rating is just ugly on this team. Like, it's so ugly.
Yeah, and you said something that made me think. You said she might fight through it, and then it made me remember what Sharpie always says. I don't bet maybes, I don't bet mights, and I don't bet probablys. I don't bet those. So, when you started off with, I think she might fight through it.
Pass.
Just saying.
Oh my God, Carrington is so fun. She just posted this for her walk up.
What about Nalissa?
God, she's so gorgeous.
What about Nalissa? What does she think?
I'm sure she probably loves her too.
It's so strange. Such a strange dynamic. Red says, what about Natasha Cloud Fantasy?
Yeah, since they bumped the PRA, they didn't really touch the fantasy so much yet. I mean, she's playing 38 minutes a game. That's something for her. The only thing with her, sometimes she turns the ball over a lot, so that is a bit of a concern because Minnesota is also one of the top 5 turnover teams too. But didn't have too many this last game. She was just more of a spot-up shooter, facilitator, so I don't mind it. We just need her to keep racking up the RA. The assists played a lot in this last game too, outside of the scoring.
Why did she shoot?
I don't mind it.
Why did she shoot so much in that first game? Why? He never shoots like that.
Because Griner and Copper did absolutely nothing.
Did they do nothing, or did the defense make them do nothing?
No, they were playing awful. I mean, both of them.
Okay.
And historically, especially down the last 2 months of the season, we've always targeted Cloud for her scoring upside whenever Copper's been out. So, essentially, if Copper's not scoring, then Cloud's got it scored. So, I think these two, more so anything, will go hand in hand. And then somewhere sprinkle in Griner. But if if she's not out there playing defense or anything, or not even bringing any kind of offensive upside, she had 3 stocks this last game, but only 10 points. That's pretty awful.
Alrighty. Cloud's just always tough for me to bet on, but I'm trying to figure out why the heck she did what she did in that game, and will she do it again? Because her lines are now a little higher, just because she went crazy. So...
Yeah, and I mean, if you look at this last game too, the usage rating for the first half at least was a really solid breakdown. I mean, right here on the line for all 3 of these players, and then Griner bringing up the rear. It's something, I don't think Cloud's necessarily going to do the same thing again, but just the fact that she's playing the most minutes on the team by far is still a big peak of interest.
All right. Ace says, y'all rocking with long neck Bonner today, huh?
Yeah, I'm going to run it back with Bonner one more time. I think she just has a really solid on-court matchup, and her size in that zone defense has been something to kind of expose them. So if they're going to make any adjustments, I think it's going to be more on either the interior or the wing players, just because Mabry cooked them from 3. So it just kind of leaves Bonner as the more obvious on-court, better matchups.
Big Bonner. I like that call. Sea Beast the God says, what do you think about Kayla's PRA or points? And I know you kind of liked her under first half, but then you like her full game over. To a point. You're leaning that way.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I like the 23.5 fantasy, so... Either if you still want to run with that or the 21 PRA, I get it, but I don't mind her full game props. I mean, she's one of those players who plays really hefty minutes in the postseason as well. We talked about that, last time. Last season, she played 38, 40 minutes in all her games. So she will play all the minutes that she can handle. And I still want to go back to the fantasy. I'm not going to lie, just because she didn't have any stocks whatsoever, which is kind of crazy against Phoenix. I mean, you've seen all the other games. She had some steals. So one of those, yeah. A PRA, points, fantasy, one of those.
Sounds good. Let's see where else. What else we got? We got so many questions in here. You getting tired yet?
Yeah, we gotta hop through them. Actually,
okay. Let's do speed answers real quick. Mr. Nightmare says, Aaliyah Boston over points.
Yeah, I think it's still solid. 13.5, yes. 14.5, no. I would not play that one. She did have 14 field goal attempts this last game, so that was really solid to see. She is hopefully still going to be in line for a pretty productive workload. Somebody else has to help score if Caitlin's going to struggle, so it's got to be her secondary, usage player. I like the usage rating, though. The usage rating was definitely solid for her, just somewhere over 20%.
Rikitar says, any chance you guys would do this type of stream earlier in the day or night before to catch before the bumps?
That's with the Discord. Yep. We always drop all the plays and stuff for it. Sometimes we do nighttime streams, and we'll see about that also kind of moving forward with the NBA season right around the corner. But most of the stuff, though, for like the early access is going to be in that Discord for you guys.
Yeah, I think it's cool that way, too. The Discord has the early leans and stuff and the stuff before the bumps. And the stream is for more like getting ready for the games and, catching up with injuries and making sure those plays are still ones you like and, getting ready for second half stuff. So I think you got actually basically to catch stuff, just get into the Discord. Get the plays, and then we'll talk them through on here. Okay, Faraj says, I might still take Copper PR. It's just so low for Copper. Interesting.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah. It's just a might. It's hard to bet mites with how she's been. But I feel you. It is low. I love Thomas and Clark assist combo. Ooh, I didn't think about that. What's their assist combo? Do you know?
Yeah, what's it at?
Let's look.
PrizePicks isn't working.
PrizePicks. Piece of PrizePicks. It's at 17.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, they're far and away the usage leaders on the team. Slight drawback for that, though. I will say, if Erica Wheeler plays more minutes off the bench, she really cripples into Clark's assist rating. So a little drawback there, but outside of that, still 36% assist rating for her, which I think is totally fine. And AT, I mean, she's been rocking like a 50% assist rating for I don't even know how long. So we just need players to make the shots, and there to not be an obscene amount of free throws.
King237 says, under on Caitlin Clark's rebounds. What do you think about Caitlin Clark's rebounds? And what are you smiling about over there?
Stupid shit on Twitter.
I thought you were laughing about something else. I was like, what is he doing?
Nah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not bad. She only had a 14% this last game, and they really try and limit her on a lot of that. Like I was saying earlier, I think that the rebound was definitely very fortunate and fluky for her. So it makes sense. Sometimes she just kind of gets these random rebounds, which is very obnoxious. But, they did also offer her, I know she got it in this last game, which was a total flop, but she's at 0.5 offensive rebounds. I think that is a doable nerfy today. That's not a thing for her. She doesn't get a lot of offensive rebounds.
That's very true. I'll take that. I hate nerfies, but I'll take that one. Amazement 717 says, Kelsey first half points. I know you liked her PRA. Do you like her first half points?
Yeah, I think it's still in play, to be honest. Considering they bumped all the other stuff.
You looking for that Caitlin offensive rebound?
Yeah, I'm like, where is that at?
They took it off. They were like, nah. We thought about it for a while, and we were like, nah.
Oh, yeah, I guess they did take it down.
Yeah, I'm looking on PrizePicks now. It's not there anymore. They were like, nah. Fuck that play, actually. What do you think about Boston at least 10 rebounds tonight? Boston's rebounds.
I mean, I think I'd be a little concerned with it. She definitely got very lucky to get it this last game. And if I can find her player, I'll show you guys. Kind of sketchy history in this matchup, but I mean, it's doable just on the minutes that she's playing. But on paper, not a good matchup. She had 2 games, she went way over it, but 3 games and she went way under it. I don't mind it though. The only downside with that is if we saw, like I said, Brianna Jones starts playing less minutes and they play more Adota off the bench, then we're gonna lose that shooter on the inside for her to catch those rebounds. So that is a bit of a thing, but yeah, I think it's doable.
Okay. Amazement 717 says best demon pick. I'll say none.
Yeah, I don't mess with any of that stuff. I'll be honest.
It's bad.
I don't
bad
even
odds.
I don't even look at any of the goblins or demons for real.
It's bad. It's bad odds, guys. Don't do it. Don't do it. Save yourself. Danny C says best demon cloud is cloud at 14.5. So basically, Danny's saying if you must play a demon, he likes clouds at 14.5. Makes sense, huh?
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
LFN says Clark 3-point attempted over 9. Lock fire emoji. Is Caitlin Clark going to shoot 10 3-point attempts today?
10? I mean, it's possible. She kind of squeaked over in the last part of the game. 13 threes is a lot. Yeah, I mean, I could see it. You know, she's been killing it since the All-Star break.
I kind of like that.
Season long, a little bit sketchy there, so that is a thing. But at least since the All-Star break, I mean, she's been killing it.
In the playoffs, too. She'll probably chuck. I kind of like that.
What's her field goal attempts at? Is it still at 17?
Let's see. Field goal attempts. Big Caitlin. Where are you, Big Caitlin? 17.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, then probably the 3-point attempts.
Okay. We the Fifth says Tarasi under 3.5 boards is a lock in caps. People are throwing locks up.
Well, Tarasi
under boards.
I could see it. If she's just going to be more of a spot-up shooter, I mean, 4 rebounds is a bit of a tough ask for her. I know we were under on Cloud under rebounds this last game, and she burned us, but...
And Plum burned us too, but Tarasi, though, that slow diet... what's that dinosaur that she is? Pterodactyl?
Yeah, the pterodactyl.
That pterodactyl, bro, she's not getting... I mean, I'm not saying she can't get 4 rebounds, but I like that. As long as we look at the numbers and they make sense. It looked like they did. I like that play.
Yeah. I mean, awful hit rating for her in season long.
Ooh, and it's today, and it's the playoffs, and she doesn't do shit. I like it. She might try a little harder because it's the playoffs, but I could see her actually not trying harder when she realizes they got their ass beat.
Yeah. And the payout's not bad either. 0.75, that's totally doable.
That's the one you
between
find
that and the threes.
That's the one if you have books, though, you go over there and they give you way better odds. For sure.
Yeah.
But I like that call. Might have to find that on some books earlier. I'm going to forget, but hopefully I won't after we get off here. Mr. Nightmare says Kelsey Mitchell over field goal attempts. Clark over 3-point attempts. So we got 2 votes now for Clark over 3-point attempts. Kind of like that. And Kelsey over field goal attempts. Do you know what Kelsey's field goal attempts are?
Obviously, don't play him in the same slip, obviously. But the Clark one is really interesting. I mean, if there's a do or die situation for her and Kelsey Mitchell, I mean, it's today, obviously. So, yeah, play them in separate slips, get some exposure to both of them.
Cool. I like what people are coming with.
I can get behind the attempts much more than the actual scoring.
Yeah, makes sense. You feel better because you know that's going to happen. They have to shoot. Okay, so this is cool. So Mr. Nightmare and YFN are agreeing with we're snoozing on their plays. Their plays are the 3-point attempts, I think, and the field goal attempts with this Indiana team, which I really like, guys. I'm not sleeping on any of it. I actually fucking love it. So
Yeah. I mean, they make sense. I think that the Clark one especially, I can see her at least getting 9, so that makes sense. The Mitchell one is definitely right there on the line, appropriate for her. That's just kind of subject to is Clark going off or somebody else going off, but yeah, they make sense. It's do or die. So big minutes
Yeah.
can come in.
I like that. Clark 3s, 9 over. Like that. But the only thing is, when you put a lock by it in your as the emoji, it makes me think that you're saying it's a lock, but I know what you're saying. You like the play. Yeah.
Real fast. Ty Harris is out, guys.
Okay, so what do we do?
So that's a boost to Mabry, Carrington, and Bonner.
Okay, so you like Bonner even more now. What Carrington play?
Yeah.
The rebound play, does that change anything? You still love it the same. What else is Carrington that you would play?
Yeah, so that's going to affect her scoring downside, so I'd be a little careful with her points. I don't know if I want to take under 14 points. That might be pushing it, but that's pretty damn high for her, to be honest. She is going to be sharing court time with Mabry now, so
Okay.
somebody has to level out a little bit more with the starters.
And then what's your favorite Mabry play?
Probably the PRA, man. She's going to play 30-something minutes, but I really like that 6.5 threes attempted that we locked in earlier. I felt real good about that.
Okay. So now it's the PRA for Mabry. The PRA for Bonner's even better. And the under points.
Still like the rebounds for Dejanay.
Yeah, of course you like that. What about the under points, though, for her?
Chill.
Probably not, huh? That's probably not the one to push. Okay.
No.
So basically,
But that
Mabry...
also is going to hurt. Sorry, real fast. That also is going to hurt AT scoring upside, too.
Okay. So we don't like
So
the PRA as
a little
much.
hesitation on the rival there.
Yeah.
That is.
We'll rewind that one a little bit. Okay, cool. So we like Mabry more is basically what that's saying to us. And Bonner a little bit more. Okay, cool. Let's see what else we got here. We can get out of here. J-Nug says... Oh, shit. J-Nug, what up, bro? J-Nug says, Carrington's looking like straight to the club after this. LOL.
Oh, yeah. They don't play again until Sunday, so they are definitely going out if they win tonight. And she got a most improved player. Oh, yeah. She's definitely going out.
What if both teams went out together because of her and Alyssa's relationship? And they got in a big fight. That'd be dope, huh?
It's possible.
Let's see. A said it's really for couples in this Fever game. It's the couples game.
Yeah.
The couples cup. John says, do we have time for a quick movie trivia? We do, Sean. If you drop it real quick, we'll do it and get out of here. C. The Mailman says, as a conspiracy theorist, both of these games are set up for unexpected upsets. The Fever and CC upset the Giant, that is the Sun at home, or Dino fights to extend her WNBA career with an upset. Yeah, I feel you.
No, dude, I'm right there with you. I'm telling y'all. So, hands down, I would take a sprinkle on this Indiana money line and just a little half unit split over maybe between the two of them. Easy hedge bets tonight.
I would just...
I'm right there with you, man.
I am too. The thing is, though, me personally, I've been through these type of things a little bit where I'm thinking the conspiracy part makes so much sense. But when I bet with that, it doesn't really work out in the end. Just saying. just be easy with those bets. Because weird shit always happens, and you're looking at yourself, scratching your head like, how did that just really happen? See, the Mailman says WNBA wants to make money. I could see one upset and leaning towards. Yeah, for sure. It does make sense. You ready for this movie trivia? We can get out of here?
Yeah, we got to get out of here.
All right. Sean Drake says OKE for movie trivia from 1960. You ready? 1960. A secretary on the run for embezzlement takes refuge at the secluded California motel owned by a repressed man and his overbearing mother.
I'm just going to take a shot in the dark here. We're going to say the movie Psycho.
He's waiting. He's waiting. Judges?
Oh, shit. Let's go.
You know what's crazy? That was the first movie trivia I've known the whole time. Yay for me. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Well, I guess we're out of here. We got a couple more questions at the end, but we appreciate you guys. We just got to get.
Yeah. Sorry. We'll try to get to more of the questions. I mean, if you guys want to hop in the Discord again, you can always tag me in there. Underrated. We'll gladly answer all the questions for you guys. We are currently off tomorrow. I think maybe a game on Friday if one of the series is extended, but at least right now we're off tomorrow. So let's enjoy it today and enjoy that time off tomorrow. All right, dude. You got anything else?
Not much. I'm just happy that we get to make bets today and remember how blessed we are to be able to bet on sports in general. Keep a good attitude because, man, we're lucky to be able to do stuff like this for our life. We just got to remember it.
That's right. It's always a blessing, y'all. All right. Make sure to hit that like and sub on the way out. Check out the Discord again. 7-day free trial down below. And we are out of here. Good luck tonight, and we'll see you.